Greetings LEGO fans and welcome to Retro LEGO, where we revisit and rank the sets in beloved LEGO themes from the past. Today, we sneak stealthily back into feudal Japan with the second and final wave of LEGO Ninja. Rather than continuing the story of the struggle between the robbers and the samurai, this sequel wave portrays the invasion of a new evil emperor and the brave band of red ninjas who defy him, led by the mysterious ninja princess. Released in 1999, these four main sets and the four Kabaya promotionals are a worthy follow-up to the first wave, but I've got to admit that they feel like a bit of a downgrade compared to their predecessors, lacking the vibrance, modularity, and originality those sets brought. Still, there's a lot on offer here, and I'm glad that this excellent castle sub-theme got one last hurrah before being relegated to the LEGO history books. So, secure your grappling hook and let's slide right into the second wave of LEGO Ninja. Taking the bottom spot on this list is set number 3051, Blaze Attack. Originally retailing for $15, this set contains a very interesting duo of siege engines. The first is this small dragon cart, the purpose of which is a bit perplexing. Aside from the fire breath emanating from its nostrils, the cart carries no crossbow or catapult, suggesting that it's simply a flamethrower, which is pretty cool. The trans-neon orange wings adorning the sides of the cart immediately drew my thoughts to Fright Nights from just 2 years prior, making me think that they had some extra elements they needed to use somewhere. The Fright Night similarities are only intensified when we move on to the main event of this set, the Dragon Battering Ram. Rather than pound the door open like a traditional ram, this one will simply blast a hole in it with its well-stocked cannon, and work it open further with its laterally sliding halberds on the front. This side-to-side action is enabled by a simple free-floating and tiled-off assembly enclosed on the bottom of the ram. A strange way of operating a siege weapon to be sure, but you can't deny that it's an original one. The trans-neon orange wings are once again present here, and even the dragon arm elements ornament either side. Instead of your typical wagon wheels, 4x4 circular bricks are used instead to lug this behemoth around, giving it a greater sense of bulk. Inside the dragon's mouth is a small storage compartment, flanked on either side by a new element released in 1999, the chrome gold 1x2 grill, which would have a very limited run in just this set and the spaceport sets from the same year. But this dragon still has more secrets to conceal, as lifting off the whole head reveals another compartment with 3 precious jewels. Manning these 2 garish war machines are 2 of the new red ninjas introduced with this wave. Their face and torso prints are taken from the gray ninja from the previous year, just recolored in red. Though LEGO publications at the time put these guys in opposition to the Emperor, the flag they fly, once again employing the flexible plastic material, bears what appears to be the Emperor's crest, emblazoned with the sinister black dragon. This could simply be due to their nature as rebels, using the Emperor's own weapons against him. But as with most original LEGO lore, it's not really meant to be explicitly spelled out for you. Much of the fun comes from weaving your own story into the framework that LEGO gives you. This set is a fascinating synthesis of the inherent nobility of the ninja line with the absurdity and gaudiness of the Fright Nights, which surprisingly makes for a pretty good time, even if the aesthetic doesn't quite work for me. Coming in at number 3 is set number 3052, Ninja Fire Fortress. Hitting shelves for $30 in 1999, this set appears to be the base of operations for the Red Ninjas, and it looks like they're expecting unfriendly company. A cannon with plenty of extra firepower is ready to blast enemies in the wedge of the rocks below. If close range is more your thing, pulling this katana from its slot on the top will send a little surprise down below. If that doesn't work out, they've got another trick up their sleeves in the form of a net that's perfect for stopping would-be invaders in their tracks. Should that trap also fail, they've got one last surprise for anyone trying to get their hands on their treasure. Once again, the Emperor's crest waves proudly from the flag and placards on the fortress, but in my headcanon, this band of rebels has only just recently taken over here. One of the leaders of this band of rebels is my favorite new minifigure introduction in this wave, the Ninja Master. He just emanates so much wisdom with his long white beard and his wise eyes, all topped off with his Japanese headscarf and hat. Though only his face print is new here, he mixes up previous elements in a way that feels wholly original. Beside him are two more of his red ninja comrades, ready to take on the might of the Emperor. Ninja Fire Fortress is a decent mid-size set, but I can't help but compare it rather unfavorably to the similar Samurai Stronghold from the first wave, which, in my opinion, had a much stronger color scheme, more varied minifigures, and came in at $10 less than this one did. The runner-up is set number 3053, Emperor's Stronghold. Originally retailing for $40, this set is the flagship of the second wave. The stage is set here for the final confrontation between the Emperor and the Red Ninjas, and there's plenty of peril in store. As has proven common in these sets, a cannon is the first line of defense. And though there's only one included, there are two additional openings in the structure to fire out of if the occasion calls for it. Should the volleys not hit their mark, any intruders will be immediately greeted by a cascade of heavy rocks from above. But it doesn't look like the Red Ninjas have any plans of entering that way, as this double-sided grappling hook looks like the perfect way to quickly and stealthily arrive right where they need to. Both the grappling hook and the zipline element were introduced in the year prior with Rescue and Extreme Team, but they're a perfect fit for the ninja theme as well. The set includes 4 minifigures, 2 of the familiar Red Ninjas and 2 newcomers. The first is the Emperor, who serves as the villain of this wave. Interestingly, he shares his face print with the standard samurai from Ninja's first year, suggesting that perhaps he overthrew his shogun master and ascended to the throne. As such, he now has the golden horn on his helmet, as well as the magnificent shogun armor that reflect his station. Opposing him is the White Ninja, who is also known as the Ninja Princess, who leads the Red Ninjas in their fight against the Emperor. She also takes her torso print from the Gray Ninja, recolored in white, but has a new face print, with a feminine flair that's easily recognizable even with her hood on. Aside from the main build, there are also a few other goodies alongside, including an ornate palanquin carrying a priceless treasure, a miniature flying machine employing trans-neon orange wings instead of the flexible plastic wings we saw before, and the Emperor's horse, brilliantly regaled with a set-exclusive barding bearing the Emperor's crest. As this is the climactic set in this wave, you might have been expecting it to be at number 1. But though this set has its charms and unique features, it feels much more like an inferior rehash of what came before, rather than its own thing. Before we reveal the number 1 pick, I've got to give an honorable mention to the 4 promotional sets released in this wave with Kabaya Sweets in Japan. These are 3074, Red Ninja's Dragon Glider, 3075, Ninja Master's Boat, 3076, White Ninja's Tank, and 3077, Ninja Shogun's Mini Base. As I so often say, these tiny sets were fantastic ways to get your hands on the top-tier minifigures of a given theme, and these are no exception, including only the second instances of both the Ninja Princess and the Ninja Master ever released. And while we're throwing out honorable mentions, in the following year there would be 3 minifigure packs released with some of the rarest minifigures in the whole line, with the exclusives like the Red Samurai and the Green Ninja selling for well over $100 a pop on the aftermarket. These, along with the main releases of 1999, were the last of the theme to be released until it was reimagined as Ninjago sometime later. And at number 1 is set number 3050, Shanghai Surprise. Hitting shelves for just $12, this, for me, is the little set that could. Though the name is a little perplexing, given the Japan setting instead of China, this set finally gives us something we didn't see a superior version of in Ninja's inaugural wave. This elegant riverboat, at least in my headcanon, is the setting for the initial strike of the Red Ninjas against the Emperor, leading to the surprise the title suggests. Posing as loyal deckhands rowing the boat, I like to think that this was part of a failed plot to take out the evil despot, leading to a hurried escape on the tiny included barge, which can easily be attached and detached with a single chain. Sitting proudly on his haughty throne is the Emperor himself, with his smugness on full display, while underneath he hides a bounty of gold and jewels, likely acquired by less than honorable means. Flanking him on either side are 2 flags, identifying the vessel's ostensible loyalties and giving it an air of importance as it glides along the river. The set includes 3 minifigures, all of whom we've met before at this point, and though it may be a perplexing number 1 pick to some, I honestly think this set is the one to get if you could get only one. It takes to the water for the first time in a main release set, and therefore sets itself apart from the more formulaic options the rest of the wave has. But I'm sure I ruffled some feathers with this one. What do you think of the second wave of LEGO Ninja? Do you have a more favorable opinion of it than I do? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much to the members of the Brick Guild who keep this channel afloat. And until next time, hold on tight.